Tokugawa Ieyasu is a great general from the Sengoku period to the Edo period who left his mark on Japanese history. His life is a magnificent story of a man who survived an age of war and finally unified Japan. By unraveling the story of Ieyasu's life, we can see the image of a hero who overcame the rough waves of the Sengoku period and built peace and stability. Matsudera Motoyasu, later Tokugawa Ieyasu, was born in 1543 to Matsudera Hirotada and Odai no Keita at Okazaki Castle in Mikawa Province, present-day Aichi Prefecture. His childhood name was Teichio. His childhood was far from peaceful, and he experienced many hardships in the turmoil of the Sengoku period. Teichio was born in the midst of the Sengoku period, when warlords were fighting over territory. His father, Hirotada, was a small lord in Mikawa Province, and the Matsudera family was caught up in a power struggle with the surrounding daimyo. In 1549, Hirotada was forced to give up Teichio as a hostage to Imagawa Yoshimoto. The young Teichio was separated from his mother and sent far away to Suruga Province, present-day Shizuoka Prefecture. As a hostage under Imagawa Yoshimoto, Teichio learned various martial arts and academic subjects during his time there, laying the foundation for his future as Ieyasu. As Teichio grew up, his life in the Imagawa household also became an important learning opportunity for him. He learned politics and tactics under Yoshimoto, and at the same time, he strengthened his mind by enduring the loneliness and tension of being a hostage. This experience became the foundation for cultivating Ieyasu's calm judgment and perseverance. In 1560, the Battle of Akeyhazama broke out. Imagawa Yoshimoto was killed in a surprise attack by Oda Nobunaga. This event marked a major turning point for Teichio, as the control of the Imagawa clan was faltering. He achieved independence with the support of his vassals, and was able to return to Mikawa Province under the name Matsudera Motoyasu. ### Alliance with Oda Nobunaga. After returning to Mikawa Province under the name Matsudera Motoyasu, Ieyasu worked to rebuild his territory and reorganize his vassals. He sought an alliance with Oda Nobunaga, and in 1562 he succeeded in forming the Kyosu Alliance with the Oda clan. This alliance allowed Ieyasu to stabilize his control of Mikawa Province with Nobunaga's support. The alliance with Nobunaga was very important to Ieyasu. Nobunaga was a daimyo with innovative tactics and powerful military power, and with his support, Ieyasu was able to expand his territory and strengthen his power. Ieyasu honed his own military and political power while fighting under Nobunaga. In 1566, Motoyasu changed his name to Tokugawa Ieyasu, and officially became a member of the Tokugawa clan. This was to emphasize his family's legitimacy, claiming that he was a descendant of the Minamoto clan. From this point on, Ieyasu began to devote himself to building the foundations of his own territory as the Tokugawa family. Thanks to Ieyasu's efforts, Mikawa Province gradually became stable, and the economy within the territory began to prosper. He focused on promoting agriculture and commerce, and promoted policies to enrich the lives of the people of the territory. Ieyasu also worked to strengthen the samurai class, promoting excellent human resources to enrich his vassals. ### Confrontation with Takeda Shingen. Standing in Ieyasu's way was the powerful Takeda Shingen. In 1572, Shingen began his western campaign, marching into Ieyasu's territory. The two men clashed in the Battle of Sekigahara. Ieyasu suffered a major defeat in this battle, temporarily putting his territory in danger. However, Ieyasu learned many lessons from this defeat, and reconsidered his own military power and strategy. He used the defeat as a lesson to build a stronger military force and prepare for the next battle. Ieyasu's perseverance and learning ability were further honed during this period. In 1582, Oda Nobunaga was killed in the Honnoji incident, and Japan was once again thrown into chaos. As the struggle for Nobunaga's succession intensified, Ieyasu expanded his own power by skillful diplomacy and military strategy. He continued to maintain his independence, while temporarily cooperating with Nobunaga's successors, Oda Nobuo and Toyotomi Hideyoshi. In 1584, the Battle of Kamaka and Nagakute broke out. Ieyasu confronted Hideyoshi together with Nobuo and fought a fierce battle. In this battle, Ieyasu skillfully repelled Hideyoshi's large army and demonstrated his military talent. This victory further increased Ieyasu's fame, and succeeded in solidifying the position of the Tokugawa clan. After the battle with Hideyoshi, Ieyasu temporarily reconciled with him and received his support. Hideyoshi recognized Ieyasu's abilities and tried to utilize the power of the Tokugawa clan by appointing him one of the 5 elders. During this period, Ieyasu further expanded his own power and gained territory in the Kanto region. In 1600, the Battle of Sekigahara broke out, a decisive battle for the fate of the country. Ieyasu defeated Ishida Mitsunari of the Western Army in this battle, and became the de facto ruler of Japan. The victory at Sekigahara was a decisive turning point for Ieyasu, and the whole of Japan was united under his rule. After the Battle of Sekigahara, Ieyasu was appointed shogun in 1603 and established the Edo shogunate. He established a political and economic foundation, and aimed for stable governance. Ieyasu established the shogunate system, and skillfully controlled the feudal lords throughout the country, building a peaceful era that lasted for about 260 years. Even in his later years, Ieyasu maintained his energetic attitude, and worked hard to create a system for the next generation. He handed over the family headship to his son, Tokugawa Ieyasu, and continued to be involved in the administration of the shogunate, even while retiring to Sunku Castle. Ieyasu's reign was a turning point that brought peace and stability to the country. From the chaos of the Warring States period, and his achievements will be passed down to future generations. Ieyasu passed away in 1616 at the age of 75. After his death, the Tokugawa shogunate became even stronger, and the peace and prosperity of the Edo period continued. After Ieyasu's death, the shogunate he left behind brought peace and stability to Japan for about 260 years. Ieyasu's son, Tokugawa Ieyasu, became the second shogun, and his descendants continued to inherit the shogunate. The political system and family precepts established by Ieyasu became important pillars, supporting the long-term stability of the shogunate. Based in Edo, Ieyasu implemented policies to strictly control the daimyo throughout the country. In particular, he introduced the alternate attendance system, which required the daimyo to travel between Edo and their territories on a regular basis, in order to weaken their economic power and suppress their rebelliousness against the shogunate. He also promoted a policy of national isolation and restricted relations with foreign countries, thereby ensuring domestic stability. The Tokugawa shogunate after Ieyasu's death. Even after Ieyasu's death, the Tokugawa shogunate continued to maintain its governing system. Iemitsu, who succeeded Ieyasu, further strengthened the foundations of the shogunate and supported the peace and prosperity of the Edo period. The laws and systems established by Ieyasu were inherited by subsequent shoguns, contributing to the long-term stability of the shogunate. Throughout the Edo period, the Tokugawa family implemented various policies to maintain the power of the shogunate and stabilize public order and the economy within their territories. This led to a period of peace in Japan that lasted for about 260 years, stimulating cultural and economic development. This period is known as Genroku culture, and saw the flourishing of much literature, art, and theater. Tokugawa Ieyasu overcame many obstacles throughout his life, and ultimately achieved the great feat of unifying Japan. His cool head, perseverance, and brilliant strategic thinking are what made him a hero of the Sengoku period. The shogunate that Ieyasu left behind continues to have a profound influence on Japanese history for generations to come.